This is Three Beards Media. Real talk, no filters, no scripts. From sports to culture, we say what others won't. Turn it up, lock in, because it all starts right now. Live from the AKC Andrew Downs Studios and powered by Revelton Distilling Company.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze.
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
That's your phones
Set.
or your nobody says television sets because we're on like
Did I
phones.
just show my age?
Don't adjust your tablet, your computer, your TV, however you're watching this.
Throw it through a
live.
plate glass window. Nobody fucking cares.
So we used to do these back in the day,
Yes.
and we want to try and do them for things like this. So a lot of the times we would just wait, but we can't wait till Thursday to talk about Spider-Man because I want to talk about it now. It's probably
Especially because already by yesterday it had broken all the records like a day into its release.
Just the Thursday and Friday screenings, it made like $168 million. It's just wild.
So
And we're definitely going to do the same thing for Doomsday.
of
That
course.
one's going to be a little bit trickier because we're got to figure out holiday
Christmas and shit.
plans. Yeah. And Dune, because we're going to have to review both of those.
Fuck. And they come out the same week. don't
Yeah, back to back. Hey, we'll figure out what we're doing for Christmas, and maybe that could be our Christmas
they?
present.
Looks
to
like we're
us
spending Christmas together.
in Arrakis. Christmas in Arrakis.
Good luck trying to make a snowman, cause there ain't no precipitation on Arrakis.
Does
Fuck.
Santa come to Arrakis?
Michael McDonald for Arrakis tourism. Everybody come to Arrakis
All right, we're
because
talking
it's
about
dry and sandy.
all of you was left. We're so sorry. So yeah, we're gonna try when there's big movies like this, try and go live when possible. We'll figure out Doomsday. And
We
all
both
that.
wear Spider-Man shirts.
I know. I planned this because I said we're gonna be on the show.
I could have worn my Spider-Man #1, the McFarlane. That's a great shirt.
Oh, I
But-
love this shirt. It's one of my favorites.
I like wearing this shirt in the summer because people are like,
My wife has.
"Hey,
a-
what the fuck?"
No, it's really cool because this one is a heavy one in rotation because this is like colorless one, and then my wife has one that actually has the color.
Ooh.
So yeah, and I wore my red wedding ring because I'm about branding.
Bro.
They call me the best, and I put it in the camera to be like, that's the dedication. Anyway,
So let's-
Spider-Man, brand new day. How we
First-
do reviews. Let me get to it. I'll intro. We're on the same page here.
All right, we're on the same page. Did
yeah.
you remember that we have what's in my mouth?
I was like, we already ate those.
I just wanted you.
Those
to
are
know,
really good,
God
though.
damn it again!
I mean,
Fuck,
if you
I
want
hate
me
that
to,
segment.
if you want me to rate that right now,
I'll eat your ass.
100%.
Oh, we gotta turn that up, dude.
I'll eat your ass.
There we go. It's better.
It's okay. Yes.
But we got to talk about this.
Swing the web.
That's right. We got to talk about
Brand new
Spider-Man.
day.
Brand
Are
new
we
day.
gonna rant?
Okay, I just want to give people what the plan is. If you're not familiar with how we used to do these like immediate reaction to the movies. We kind of go through our theater experience. We gave our spoiler-free
Spoiler-free.
thoughts, and then from there, we're just gonna bounce around and talk about all the things we loved in the movie. I mean, the theater experience.
There's
So
theater.
the theater that you and I mostly go to is in a mall. So we both got there a little bit early and just kind of hung around the mall. We went to like Toys R Us and hung out with my kid and just did some browsing.
Yeah.
And we get into the theater and I'm talking with Tyler about the concessions, and I had not eaten at this point. This is like 11:30, 11 o'clock. I'll just get my point. I ordered a #1, and I wanted to tell you this. Usually, when you order this is a large popcorn, a large drink, and candy. It's like when I used to do it, when we've been doing this show, it's like $16. It was $23 this time. They've raised it. And yeah, we'll go. Yeah.
So
that kind of sets you where I'm at.
So the bigwigs at the theaters that run the Jordan Creek, this corporation, the bigwigs understood that Spider-Man was going to be a huge fucking movie. So it literally all but 3 screens. One was Toy Story and the other 2 were Odyssey.
Yeah.
But the rest of them were
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Every hour,
but they did
30 minutes.
But they didn't say,
stacked.
hey, even with all this money we're making, we should make sure that both sides of the concession stand are open because we have enough people. Now, granted, we weren't in line that long. I think the longest part of the line is when we had to pay. So fuck that guy at the register. I'm just kidding.
No.
No.
And that
was
another
okay.
thing. That's the issue. Is we're talking on the part of the workers because there definitely need to be more staff there, and that's nothing on their. I think everybody helped us pretty well. And
but
that's where
make
you're
it a point to say thank you for the staff. Of course, I'm saying my point is that the motherfuckers making the money who haven't done an actual day of labor or a laborious act in the last fucking 40 years are telling all these poor fuckers down here that they got to work extra hard to make sure that they can make the payments on their fucking yacht.
Yeah.
And
another thing too, this says a lot about how important this character is. I'm serious, man.
And no popcorn bucket, no attempt at
hold on. If you've been to the movie at this summer, let us know, or this weekend, and let us know, because I want to look, people get a good idea of like how stacked the screening was. It was like looking at like one of those like betting odds boards or like a flight where but it's just Spider-Man. And when we bought tickets, we've talked about this. When we've had big movies, we've never had issues. I texted you on, I think, Tuesday.
I didn't know this whole thing.
No, I texted you on Tuesday because I'm like, we need to buy tickets because they're going quick. But we don't need to get into all that. I want to get to the movie.
Just one thing.
I just want to get to the theater stuff in the movie because I know we fucked that up, but
no, it's fine. No, he texted me. He said, "Hey, Spider-Man is selling out." You said we got to do something. Spider-Man is selling out.
Yeah.
And I looked online and I went to Google. I'm like, wait a second, what the fuck he's talking about? Spider-Man's on everything. Spider-Man's already sold.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking movie.
Well, and then I felt bad because I was gonna invite a friend, but then you're like, oh shit, I already got these tickets, and I was like, and then we found out
It's
a showing.
thing.
But no,
and then we saw that friend, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
But the frustrating thing is, we had no idea that there was another screening 10 minutes later that had much more openings. It's just because you had that fear because within minutes that place was selling those tickets.
When I went back a page, anyway.
No, I mean by the time you refreshed, you only had 2 seats.
It said that so it was kind of like,
and it's true. We had people. We were packed.
There was a seat right next to me.
This is the first time in a long time I've seen a theater this packed.
Yeah,
there were a lot of people for Superman, but it wasn't that filled. And I think
I'd say Deadpool and Wolverine was probably pretty close.
Yeah,
because everybody went to see that.
Endgame is probably the closest comparison I could have to this. And it probably because they were understaffed, why it felt like that. But I gotta say, all that negativity about, hey, we probably should have helped these people out and staffed better for them, so they wouldn't they're gonna have to work extra hard. But it did give that feeling that you used to have of like, oh, this is a big deal. This is an event.
There's a reason.
It's been a long time since I felt that in a movie theater.
There's a reason why I get to a movie 20 minutes before the start of the start time that they give us, and we'll get to that in a second. So 11:40, I want to get there by 11:20 because back in the day, you had to give yourself that much time. The other thing too is there weren't assigned seating. So you had to go and get there early to get a good seat, get seats together. I've been to a couple of movies back in the day where I had to sit one place and my buddy had to sit in another spot because there were no seats next to each other.
But now we have the assigned seating stuff.
So that makes it easier. But there's a reason why I have that anxiety about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, And also, previews weren't that long because guess what? The time the actual movie started, an 11:40 start time. The actual movie started at 12:07.
But that's because they had to be tighter because they have so many fucking screenings of this movie. They get to overturn it. You know what I mean? Because I will say this was on 20 minutes is the shorter length that we've had.
Yeah, we've been in there for like 35. I'm just
But
saying,
that's what I'm saying.
it's
That's
still
the
bad.
only reason. If it wasn't this bad and they didn't have as many screenings planned,
Mhm.
then you better believe it would be 35, 40 minutes. It's happened. And
Case in point, before we get on to the
we didn't even get the shitty Cinemark commercials that we usually get.
I want to talk about that fucking Coke commercial that drives me out of my fucking mind. Okay, the only moment in a movie in the last like 20 years that I could possibly think of where everybody was freaking out and like accidentally spilling popcorn, which what kind of a fucking idiot are you? Anyway, and their sodas. Like, hey, you got liquid. Anyway, nobody.
What are we doing?
Everybody does. The only time that I've seen that in a theater in the
Yeah.
last like 20 years is when Captain
Cap got
America
the
gets the
hammer.
hammer. Okay, asshole. Why the fuck are you getting concessions an hour and 45 minutes into the movie?
I'm not leaving. I'm not
So
moving.
that commercial is stupid.
Unless I have to shit,
Wait,
I'm
what?
not leaving that area.
Wait, what?
So
So
let's
I
just
did get back in time.
let's just get to the
to
spoiler
see
free
the end credits.
spoiler free
I just want to
thoughts.
say that's why that commercial drives me so insane. Nobody is getting snacks at that critical part of the fucking movie. Wait, what?
Are you done?
I am now. Thanks.
We also had a guy.
You know when
that
I
was-
rant, our
you got a
viewership
guy
goes up.
before we get to the spoiler free
Just saying.
stuff. Oh, whatever. It's exhausting. Because I've heard this rant like 16 times.
You're the one who always brings
You know
it
how
up.
many we've been doing this show for 5 years. You know how many times I've been to a movie with you at this
Yeah.
point, and
Who is the
every
one-
fucking
who is the
time
one
you
who-
talk about this when we go to
No,
Cinemarks. When
I
we
am
go to
not. I am not. This time
we're done. We're done with it. I hate it too.
No, it's fine.
But what am I gonna do about it?
Hey, you're usually the one who brings up how we don't need to get there until because it's so long before the theater.
It's true.
Not me.
It's pissy.
Yeah.
And shitty.
So for me to rant on it once, anyway. Just fucking
I'm gonna say honestly, if you were to go back throughout the episodes, I've probably complained about it more or equal amount.
That's
to
why I
you.
wanted to start the show off so that we could, have.
Yeah, now we can just glaze this movie.
Yes.
So spoiler free.
Spoiler free. Yes, you go first. Or I can.
I'll try and be as brief as possible because I want to talk about spoilers.
You know what? Pontificate.
By the way,
until-
Can we just say for those
Pontificate your ass off.
watching live and listening later, your cue that when we're going to talk about spoilers,
we'll do a 5-1 countdown.
not even that.
Well,
I have a specific thing. Well, yes, we'll do that. We'll say like not even that. 3, 2, 1, and then you hear this.
Video game.
Swing the web. We're
It's
swinging
spoiler
into
time.
spoilers. We're swinging it in. All right. So right now,
Yeah.
listen to this, and then if you haven't seen it, stop. Go see it. Come back because it's worth
Yes.
seeing. So
Yes.
remember,
Video game.
swing the web.
when we play that next, after the
Spoilers.
3, 2, 1 countdown, we are getting into spoilers.
All right,
but
spoiler
not
free.
before them.
I think I've seen some people say like it feels like this is one of the better ones since the Raimi movies. I will tell you this. We've had this discussion. We've said a lot on the show where it's like a lot of superhero movies. You and I, we kind of grade on a curve
Oh, yeah.
because we love this shit.
Mhm.
I do think for the first time since he's been with Marvel Studios that this feels like a Spider-Man movie. I think the other three could be argue he feels like Iron Man Junior. Although I think
Definitely the first one.
I think No Way Home was a step in the right direction to get to this. And this movie definitely is a Spider-Man movie, has a lot of spinning plates,
Oh, God.
but like what we do when we praise when X-Men 97 does it, I think this movie does a really good job of finding a way to fit him into the timeline and do the best of any of these fucking movies post Endgame to say this is where he's at. Of course he could talk to her. Oh, she's in this. Oh, he can talk to him, and it feels like a comic book. It feels like Superman felt. These characters know each other. It's a lived-in universe. This movie does not insult your intelligence. It's like, look, you know who fucking Spider-Man is. Here is him being a street level, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and it fucking rules. Tyler, what are your thoughts?
I just want to say, yeah, I had a great time. The movie was really good. It felt definitely like a Spider-Man movie, just like you said. The other three you could make the point. You could make the point that No Way Home was kind of the palate cleanser. Like, hey, now we're gonna get into our MCU Spider-Man.
It felt like they were setting Tom Holland off to be free of Iron Man, be free of that stuff, and kind of be able to tell his own finally tell his own story.
We've seen spandex in the Spider-Man movies before, but this is the first time that it felt like it looked right.
Oh my gosh, the suit looks great.
Yeah, but not too specific again. I will say the camera work was incredible. All the action scenes were beautifully choreographed. It's the people who made this movie, they love Spider-Man and they love New York. It's very clear. And you kind of have to love both to make a successful Spider-Man property.
You're right. How much they made, and that was one of my favorite things. Like, oh, thank you, a Spider-Man movie that's back in New York. And I know Homecoming was in New York, but like he'd been doing cosmic shit. It's nice to see him because he was off in London in his second movie. His third movie was
No Way Home. The second one,
third one. It's Homecoming, Far From Way Home.
Why did I think number
Far From
3
Home
was okay?
No Way Home is the third one. This is the fourth one.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why I thought you said Homecoming, and I was like, was that what the last one was called?
You can keep going. I was looking up the director.
Yeah. No, just I mean, all around. I want to go to a superhero movie, and I want the movie to remind me of how much I love comic books and what I love about the comic books. And if you can almost take a page or an issue of a comic book, because let's be honest, like a 10-minute sequence in a movie is probably like 4 or 5 pages in the comic, like a fight scene. But if you can take like 4 or 5 pages of a comic and literally make it into a living, breathing like film, I'm on board. And so that's what it did for me.
When you talk about camera work, I want to shout out Destin
everything
Daniel.
about. I mean, sequences, the people involved, the different characters.
Destin Daniel Cretton, right?
Did Shang-Chi.
Yeah, also did Shang-Chi.
Hey, Marvel, and what's the deal with canceling Wonder Man season 2, you fuckers? Anyway.
And Blade.
Blade's been canceled.
I'm not gonna. By the way, I'm not gonna jump in the whole Kevin Feige is racist because he deleted 2 black-led projects. We got to stop talking like that. Like it's saying that this guy's racist. He's not racist. I do think it's stupid.
I've seen a little bit of the backlash, and the backlash has.
Can we focus? I know we're kind of all over the place. I want to get to the.
I just wanted to say on the topic, we really don't have any frame of reference.
I'm just saying canceling 2 projects like that but I'm not here to say.
It's stupid because they were good, not anyway.
Yeah. So also because you announced season 2 and then canceled it for no reason at all, given they just like, nah. But he's gonna show up in other stuff. Sure. Also, I agree with Mahershala Ali. I'll wrap it up with this. Disney, you have more money than God. You have no excuse not to make that fucking Blade movie.
We talked about on this past Thursday.
He's right, by the way.
Yes,
he's totally right.
We talked about this past Thursday. You can have season 1 X-Men, have it cinema quality, and then at the end of that first season, you have a movie, or after 3 seasons, you have a movie like X-Men Inferno, X-Men X-Men Mutant Massacre, X-Men Outback, all the different X-Men Dark Phoenix, or whatever.
Or you could do something else, which is 3,
2, 1. Spoilers coming up.
Whip, swing, web.
We are in spoiler
You could
territory.
take a very popular character and put them in a movie with another very popular character, like this movie does. Spoilers again.
Can't say it enough.
Jean Grey is in this movie. So all signs continue to point to the X-Men, because we also know Sadie Sink as Jean Grey is returning in Secret Wars.
Yes, she is.
And so is Tom Holland. He, as far as we know, he is not in Doomsday.
We don't know. He
So
wasn't announced
let's
as a
get
cast,
into
right?
this.
Yeah.
This is the biggest thing I think on everybody's mind with this of putting Jean Grey in this, and then not really showing anything about her in the trailers. You don't know it's necessarily Jean.
I think you see her in the hood at one point, but you don't.
Which is funny that they were trying to hide that, and then somebody did spoil it on the red carpet premiere, but everybody was like, it's not really a spoiler. We all kind of guess that. Because it's smart, because Marvel's going young with the X-Men, because they want to focus on the X-Men again, and they want these characters. So I think that's smart to bring her in. But like you and I were talking on the way home, back to do the show, we've never really seen Jean and Peter have a relationship like this.
Not really.
And I think it's actually a kind of cool and interesting way to begin to bring in the X-Men.
Here's
That's
why.
clearly what they're doing.
Here's why I'm absolutely cool with it. Because how did we bring Spider-Man into the MCU? Through
Man.
Iron Man,
Yeah.
which really wasn't a thing in the comics, like at all. I mean, they didn't really interact at all.
Like, yeah, they
did, but not in
Not
that
to this
level.
level, no.
No. So I'm okay, because here's the thing. Jean Grey, the catalyst of the movie basically is that these damage control guys who seem a lot like Mr. Sinister. By the way, I would love to have that guy play Mr. Sinister.
that'd
Right?
be cool.
Wouldn't he be good?
Yeah.
Trammell.
I'll pull it up. I have that.
But he's really good. The catalyst in the movie is basically these damage control guys. They capture her sister and they kill her.
Trammell Tillman.
Trammell Tillman. I'd love to see him as Mr. Sinister. He would be, because Metzger, but he's also in Severance. The first thing I saw him in, but
that's what everybody remembers.
He's really good at being disarmingly evil. Like he doesn't.
He's got a very good voice. He
doesn't
trust.
seem like he could be evil.
Yeah.
Like, he always shows up as like, hey, he's a good guy.
He's
And
a
then
very good, cold, calculated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feige. Anyway,
He knows some things.
They kill her sister, trying to build something. I don't know, trying to replicate mutant powers by scanning her brain. So they bring in Jean Grey, and that is the reason why she's looking for her sister, and she's looking for something called VMAX, because at one point during these sessions with Sarah Grey, she projects enough past the building to hit Jean,
because it's established there's a radius to their telekinesis.
But she, at one point in the Marvel comics, almost every mutant manifests their powers during a extreme anxiety event
or trauma. Yeah.
Yes,
because Scott got
or
his
puberty.
when the spaceship blew up and he hit his head.
There's a whole bunch of different ways, but generally it's a traumatic event that unlocks the powers, right? So it's natural to assume like that she was, in such pain at one point, maybe even when she died,
that she sent
she sent out the VMAX.
We don't know, yeah.
Because in the books, the catalyst for Jean Grey's getting her powers is her sister dying. Her sister is not a mutant in the books. Her sister dies, and she manifests her telepathic powers right before she dies and catches her death, her mind death. That's how it works in the comics. So to be really honest, they did the exact same thing in the MCU that happens in the comics, just in a different way.
And it's
almost an absolute Jean Grey.
Almost like it's an adaptation.
But they got the whole point right,
I know,
which is
and
her sister dying, right?
That's doing adaptation right.
No.
And this is how we're going to introduce the mutants.
Yeah.
And I think where she ends up at the end of this movie, where the bus is going, they're going to upstate New York.
A lot of trees.
I And now we know for sure that Samara Weaving is.
We do for sure.
Yes, they officially announced that she's Emma Frost because they've been cast auditioning for months. Like this has been going on for a while. This is nothing new.
Okay, how old is Samara Weaving and how old is Sadie
I
Sink?
don't know, but they're young. Is their point? Like I'm pretty sure
Well,
Samara
no,
Weaving's
Samara
in her
Weaving,
20s.
I think he's in her 30s.
Either way, like mid 30s.
I'm just saying, if you're going to get Sadie Sink, looks a lot younger than Samara Weaving. Okay, now
she's in her early 20s, but she does look
if
young.
you have a Cyclops who's close to her age, then you can have a White Queen who is a little older, and it makes a lot of sense for her to seduce Cyclops.
Isn't she always a little bit older, like Emma?
It's never really established how old she is because it's also been established that you've never seen what she looks like. Because she's so
Samara
powerful.
Weaving is my age.
No, she's so powerful that nobody's ever. She projects an image to everybody that sees her. So
she's a year older than me. So she's 34. So she's still young. She's mid 30s.
Right.
But that's my point. Is like they're clearly casting younger because they want the X-Men to exist for a while. You know, like this is a big thing.
And that's no. But I'm saying that's good. Just don't make it a weird
and
love triangle with
another adaptation that they had here, like in Spider-Man's like he dated Kitty Pryde in the Ultimate Spider-Man universe. Like there's history with Spider-Man and the X-Men. So
Spider-Man has a lot more history with Wolverine.
But that's what I'm saying. I like that there's that intersection of understanding, like, okay, we can start bringing in mutants through this character and who have a history in the past. Now, Jean and Peter don't really, but
no. But like you said,
you're taking that Kitty Pryde relationship and shifting it to Jean a little bit. I still think, I still think she's gonna end up with Scott and everything with that. We have no idea who Scott is, but let's talk about Spider-Man.
One of the greatest crossover books ever from the 80s was Spider-Man Wolverine, and they have to go over to Europe for some reason. And during this book, in this one shot, we find out that Hobgoblin has always been Ace Daily Bugle reporter Ned Leeds.
They have yet to ever do that. Yeah.
And he also gets killed by like these thugs. They tie him up and slit his throat.
Oh, geez.
So I'm saying Spider-Man has, and obviously they made a Spider-Man Wolverine one shot because they knew it would sell like hotcakes.
Oh yeah, those
Spider-Man and Wolverine.
That's another thing too.
It's a great book though.
We read comics, so we're totally fine with other, like the fact that this again is a comic book. Because not only we got to talk about it now, John Bernthal.
Oh my God,
it's the Punisher.
Oh my God, chef's kiss.
If you've been listening to the show or following the show the past few weeks, I've been doing a bit where I would do a John Bernthal, Frank Castle voice, and then. And I shit you not, it feels
what do you think
like
about that, Jerry?
The way that he talks to Spider-Man is they are in a sitcom, Spidey and the Punisher.
Yes.
And because like the first introduction, he jumps on the hood and there's already a history there where he brings up
Frank,
saved
go
him. Go home.
He's
you
got
owe
a
me
grenade
for Staten
launcher.
Island. And
he's about to shoot
he webs it. He throws it down like a cartoon character, picks it back up and goes, hey.
No, he pulls out the one and he just has another one in the truck.
Yeah, he webs it up to the top of the
well, I got another one right here, Spider-Man.
He's like, your choice.
This is John Bernthal. My impression of John Bernthal as the Punisher in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
You know, dude, I feel like
wow, you nailed it.
That wasn't in there was like dialogue there, but he didn't want to read it, so he's like,
just I'll do it my way.
I'll do it my way. And then immediately gets fucking taken down because he's the Punisher. That's what I love about this movie. So, yeah, I want to talk about John Bernthal's performance, and you can tell there's a history with those two. They literally were in a movie 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's together
along with Zendaya. Which that must have been.
Well, the cool thing is
when they were doing that scene at the Punishers. Do you think they were like, "Hey, weren't we just doing this with Christopher Nolan?"
Yeah.
Anybody? Hey, Chris, where?
Hey, where's Chris?
Hey, now his name's Daniel.
Do you imagine Frank Castle doing ancient Greek? But
you know what, Agamemnon?
You and I'm
gonna shove this.
I'm nobody.
I had to kill 3 Cyclops to get here.
one of you bastards tries to plow my way.
Sirens can never get me because the Punisher cannot be seduced by the Sirens because he is so single-minded in his pursuit of justice.
But yeah, it felt like they were in a sitcom together, the way they talked. And it was amazing. And
It
they
was
did it.
wholesome almost.
And everybody had that question of like, how do you make this character work PG-13? People forget you can
They
still
did.
curse a lot in a PG-13 movie without saying fuck.
Yeah, he said
And-
shit a lot. And the one time he said motherfucker,
He said God damn a lot. In this movie, he's like, well, if I can't say fuck. But it was great because it really is.
I do not have time for your candy ass hero shit.
But toned down to a tone that fits Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And where that scene, and that is the beauty of Marvel, isn't it? That's the beauty of comic books, because that same character was in Daredevil saying that message, but also doing it in this movie, fitting the tone perfectly, because he's still Frank. He's still the same guy. He's just like, he clearly takes a liking to Spider-Man. And it's just funny that when he's like, when he drops off MJ and he's like, he dodges all the traps. So then you know it's Frank.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you could have killed somebody. He's like, yeah, that's the point. And then like they're talking about how to handle Jean Grey and like how do we save her? He's like, or you could shoot her in the head.
There were so many moments where I would just turn to Jake and just laugh because it was like, that's just like the way you do it.
He asked
You know
him,
what, Jerry?
He's like, what do you think, Jerry?
What do you think of Jerry?
Like the part where he's like, again, just like the comic books, that shit you have seen in panels where he goes, hey, maybe I could help. And Spider-Man's like, yeah, you got this. And he's like, yeah, I got all that shit. And then MJ's like, bombs. Bingo.
And he's eating chili out of a can. Yeah.
I made chili. You like chili?
There were one of my greatest joys as an adult is being able to see these moments that I grew up reading as a comic book and seeing them like actually live action, sort of, because of CGI involved and shit. But there were moments like when like Spider-Man's swinging away and Punisher has to go get his truck and shit. It's like, that's like from the fucking comic, you know, like the fucking fight between Spider-Man and Hulk.
Oh my God. Amazing.
One thing, the reason why Spider-Man is such a great fucking character is because they built him so well. He can cling to anything. He has superhuman reflexes
He's
and
very
agility.
agile, yeah.
Like 10 times an Olympic
And
athlete.
he has superhuman strength.
But even better than that, he's got this thing called a spider sense, which not only doubles as a, hey, something's wrong, but it also keeps him balanced. Did you know this? It's been established in the
senses of a spider.
It's been established in the comic books that the spider sense is part of what helps keep him not from getting hit, from falling off, from just being out balanced. The spider sense helps him
so he can stick. Yeah.
By giving him the sticking is just because he's got sticking.
Yeah, I know. But to keep, like you're saying, to keep his balance and yeah.
But this book or this what are we talking about? A movie? This movie did a really great job of showing how great Spider-Man is, because like when the Hulk throws him out of a window and instead of going
he swings his web,
he literally just
starts wrapping him against the wall of the building.
Spider-Man has always been about doing less with more. That is his character. That is why he is so appealing to everybody, because he's
the people's superhero.
Everybody has had a moment where you didn't think you could do it, and you did it anyway. Or we've all had moments where we've been slapped down by life or whatever, and it's hard to get back up. Spider-Man always gets up. And he always finds a way. And to me, that is why Spider-Man is the best hero.
That's why people love him. And
And they did a great
Oh
job
my
in this
God,
movie.
dude!
about
Tom
doing it.
Holland's performance carrying this movie.
Boy, howdy.
It's again the first time in a while
Mhm.
with these movies where you see him really feel like Spider-Man and feel that, and it. Well, no, it's just hard to talk about this movie because there's so many things that I want to talk about. But I love its approach to mental health and its approach to Peter coming to terms with the fact that that every human has faced this. Every adult, every hell, as dramatic as it can be and silly in the grander scheme, a teenager has experienced this in some way. You know, I mean, pretty much every human can identify
Demonstrating my OCD while you're talking.
with this message of this movie of like, despite what you may think, despite how strong you are, you can't handle everything by yourself. You need someone.
Oh,
And you can't, and hiding something from someone and withholding from someone never protects them. It makes it worse.
Yeah,
you have to
because-
let people in. And I fucking love that move. That's the message of this movie.
when I was still drinking a lot, one of my things was I'm just gonna go off somewhere and just drink myself to death because nobody needs to be around me and stuff, and I'm just a worthless piece of shit and whatnot. So I've definitely been there, where you think you're just no good, and you. Here's the thing: I can't imagine what my mom and my brother, each of them living here in Iowa. I can't imagine like what they were going through every day. Just wondering if they were gonna get a call that day that I was killed, either in a bar brawl or I drank myself to death or I got in a car accident, something.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine like doing something like that to anybody that you care about on purpose. And at the time, I couched it that I was doing it to protect them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't protecting them. I was hurting them far worse than I could ever. The kind of hurt that doesn't leave scars. And so I definitely got a lot from this movie as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is I really liked the theme of, you're trying to prevent yourself from becoming. Why? Right? Like
Well,
you think it's a bad thing that
yeah.
you evolve.
So, yeah, I want to talk about that.
But the more you fight against your evolution, A, the worse it's going to be when it finally happens, because it's going to happen. And B, if you don't embrace, or if you end up embracing it like he does at the end of towards the end of the movie,
again,
becomes what you're supposed to be.
Again, how true is this story to life?
The themes she asked him a bunch of times. Did you ever think that you might be becoming something?
When you, it's. I think people in general, I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it. Everybody's guilty of it. Of the nostalgia.
Yes.
Of a simpler time when life was easier. And I think that what's the really cool about the message of this movie is, yeah, that was hard, but that's what makes you.
Yes.
And you need that to evolve. And what Gene is trying to say, you need to become this. And to have that theme of the movie be about Peter, it's again, everybody can identify with this. It's a new stage in life. It's a new era for you. And it's hard. It's scary. And
you think this is a lifestyle?
At the end, yeah. At the end, when we get the reveal of what VMAX was, and it was just the vent, and that was her sister.
That's why I think it was her dying moment.
Yeah. And when she explodes, and just like Thunderbolts, which I gotta give him props for, rather than there's that big fight scene moment, because it is a Spider-Man movie going into this. There's a lot of action in this movie.
Of course. But it's well done.
One of the best moments and critical moments of the movie is the most emotional and true moments of the movie. And you talked about that, of like, this movie will hit on an emotional level on a couple ways. Either you're Jean and Peter in that scenario, or you're Aunt May in that scenario that you're identifying with, or if you're like me, when you identify with all three characters in this particular scenario, where, and what makes it emotional for me is what May is saying to Peter is what every parent says to their kid. And I'm making some choices myself that I'm scared of this evolution, but I need it. And it's like, man, if you don't think art is important and impactful in your life, it'll strike a chord with you at the weirdest times. You
Look,
know what I mean?
Everybody,
I didn't mean to cry with this movie, but it's an emotional movie.
everybody, when they get married, whatever age they are, generally in their 20s, usually pretty young. Everybody, when they get married and they think about having kids and down the road and being 40 and 50, everybody thinks that at 40 and 50 they're going to be the same person. You're not. You
You're not
literally
supposed
cannot.
to.
If you are the same person at 40 or 50 after you've been married and had kids, you're an asshole. And your
'Cause you
family
refuse
probably
to grow.
fucking hates you.
Yeah, you
Yes.
don't change.
So
yeah.
it sounds like Republicans. Hey, listen, it's not that I think that all Republicans are racist, misogynist pieces of shit. It's the people that they elect to represent them are. So
Also,
anyway,
what I love about this, and I will say this, if you want to talk about consistency
Yeah.
in all 4 of these Spider-Man movies,
mhm,
is they always nail Peter Parker.
yes.
And what they nail with him in that moment when he takes the inhibitor off, says, all right, I'm
Mhm.
going to embrace this side of me.
Mhm.
Because, yeah, Banner has never dealt with Hulk properly. That's why Hulk came out the way he did, where, oh, we saved it. We
Yeah,
resolved
he's
it.
got the inhibitor, or you've got an abuse for alcoholics. I was
Oh,
on that for a little bit.
We already merged. It's okay. I've got him under control. It's smart Hulk. And then he gets to this side, and it's even bigger than we previously had seen.
Because right, you haven't dealt. It's like rage
Because
or
Bruce
depression
is not dealing with his anger.
or grief.
Because he said the inhibitor is blocking a crucial emotion.
Yes,
Anger is a part of your life, and you need to have anger and happiness and sadness and all this shit. Man, we're getting philosophical in this fucking movie because it's that good.
Listen,
It's that good.
there's a point where he talks. Bill Metzger talks to Jean, and she's like, listen, you have these wonderful gifts, but they really shouldn't belong to you. We should put them in the people of the hands who know what to do with them. Well, what the fuck does that mean? Who exactly is making that decision? And that's
And, like,
kind of the fascist
why do they-
shit that we're dealing
yeah.
with now.
Oh, why did they
which
make
is-
weapons to hurt Spider-Man when he had been nothing but cooperative with them and
Right.
helped them get to Jean?
Right now, a lot of people in power are making decisions that have nothing to do or are maybe even directly against the wishes of the people who voted them into office, because it's not about us. Zoran Mamdani in New York is scaring the shit out of every career politician because he's like, I don't know why you guys aren't doing anything. I've been doing just fine. And
they're gonna do state-run grocery
this is why they're upset, because everybody who's ever run for and won public office in the last 50 years in this country has decided I'm better than the riffraff who voted for me. And motherfucker, we pay your fucking salary. So
I gotta say,
point is,
can we touch on some things?
the point is that it's a very slippery slope. When you start talking about we're going to recreate your powers so that we can give it to the people who know what to do
Yeah.
with them, I don't want to know anybody who would want this power on purpose, and second, who would know what to, because that's scary as shit.
I do find
dude.
it interesting that despite we are where we are
Yeah.
in the MCU, I gotta say, MJ finding out that about the whole letter,
Yeah.
and then her character saying this spell or whatever you had happen worked.
Yeah.
The fact that all these characters are in the MCU and they're like, look, we've had portals, people got snapped into this. You probably did have a spell on me, so there you go. I just kind of love how that was in there, of in this movie. But for example, of what this movie does well, I knew that Hulk was in it, but when he goes to ESU and sees him teaching, that's really cool. That's so cool. Or even before that, when I didn't know this would happen, and this was a new scene to me, I was like, oh,
He didn't answer the fucking question. Why didn't Thanos just make more food? He didn't answer the fucking question.
because you have a plot hole.
Because that asshole stood up in the Hulk costume.
Anyway, well, but even before that, the scene with Black Widow, with
Oh,
Yelena
in her
Yelena
office.
in her sweat lodge, So this
Oh,
is
that
a
really
great
is
scene.
your office. Yeah.
So he strips down to his underwear and his mask to get back into her office because she does it because she's a spy. If I strip you naked, you have no wires.
You have no weapons.
Yeah, and weapons. And she's like, really? This is my one gripe with this movie. That mask looked fake as fuck in that sequence, in my opinion. Maybe it was real, but I think there are some shots where it just didn't look right in my eyes. But maybe
I
could just be
suppose I
looking
know what you're
into
talking
it.
about, but to be honest, I was just having so much fun with the scene.
It didn't take me out of it
No, it
because
didn't,
I
no.
was laughing at the
It
idea
was
that
funny as fuck.
Spider-Man, who was working with the previous Avengers, is getting treated like small potatoes to her. And then the whole small potato, big potato, meager potato shit. No, that's what I mean. Every cameo works. It's funny or it's really cool. Like the Hulk fight was fucking rad. And dude, the child in me is like, oh my God, we finally got to see Spider-Man fight the Hulk
And the Punisher.
and the Punisher. And that sequence again, Destin Cretton, the fucking camera work where he's pulling Frank underneath Hulk, who's jumping over top of them. There's a sequence when he's fighting the hand.
And Frank's just shooting.
The hand where he flips upside down and fights, and the perspective keeps shifting. And like,
There's a
if
couple
there's one
times in
gripe,
the movie.
what the fuck was the point of having the hand in this movie?
Let's get to the one gripe
that's-
we really have.
that
We talked about
sequence.
this on the way back here from the theater.
So it's in the trailer. It's a big sequence when he finally embraces all of his powers. It's a really cool scene. However, it was clearly they put the hand in as bait and switch to make you think Daredevil was going to be in this.
Nowhere
and he's
in the
not
movie.
at all. So I was
Nowhere.
wrong.
Sorry.
I'll eat
Spoiler.
crow on that.
Yeah.
Movie still fucking ruled. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, it's so great. I think you would have had to. I don't think it would have worked with Daredevil, honestly.
Especially they're bringing the hand into the season 3, I think. But like, these could have just been random
Thugs.
damage control thugs.
Yes.
It didn't need to be the hand, only because they made such a big deal of bringing the marketing of it made it seem like a big deal that the hand was coming back.
Oh, the scene that you
'Cause
see
at
in the
this
preview
point-
where they're slowly, that's in the very beginning,
Yeah.
where a news
Tombstone is in
story
it for one scene.
is talking about how he took out the entire hand, which turns out to be 5 people. That's literally, I can't think of anything else that I don't like about the movie.
Yeah, that's my big gripe.
And it's really not even
That's
that
one of my
big of a
biggest
one
gripes.
because they were costumed right.
I don't give a shit about Tombstone only being in the movie for 5 minutes.
Not really.
I'm just saying there's a lot that they were doing, and
Did see Boomerang once,
But
motherfucker.
the same reason that you were cool with it is why I was cool with it. It was a fun montage
Yeah,
to establish that time has passed.
we
and-
saw Tarantula.
because you got to
we
think
saw Scorpion was fucking
last
cool,
movie-
dude. That fight scene.
the last movie you have to think about though, because the last movie they were just starting college and now they're graduating college. So this has been 4 years. So this
Yeah.
is their way of kind of like passing time a little bit. Also, every time they did flashbacks in this movie, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how they were babies. He was literally like 15 when he shows up in Civil War,
Yeah.
which again, smart, because he's probably gonna, until he takes a break or he's tired of it, he's probably gonna play Spider-Man for a while because you casted him so young. Because you can't keep getting guys like RDJ and Chris Hemsworth is getting up
You
there. in
can't.
age.
Unless
Unless it's fucking Doctor Doom.
I want to talk one real thing. I want to talk about the brilliance of Feige or whoever it was who decided to bring in the government entity of Damage Control. The original Damage Control series was in the 80s. Gene Colan was the artist, I believe, and it was basically a 4-issue miniseries, and it was really the vanguard and the first time that anybody had really attempted to do a what's it like for regular people in these universes that are
Yeah.
full of superheroes. And Damage Control is a really funny fucking series. It's really, really funny.
I would love to see, because
But it
Go on.
makes sense because what was a big criticism of superhero movies in general. Somebody talked about and calculated how much the Battle of Metropolis would have cost in real money, and it was like more money than there is, right?
Yeah, and it's also
So it's a good way for Feige or whoever it was who decided to bring in Damage Control to say, hey, this is how we answer that criticism.
Sorry. Yeah, and I think that's a good idea
Are you
too.
peeing your pants?
To bring in, and that's what I'm saying. I would love a comedy of Damage Control or something that was a little bit more like.
I think what they're trying to do is make Damage Control like kind of a front for like some seriously awful shit, which they've done it before.
If they make, but that's not.
They've done it before in the MCU.
Mexico being Sinister would be good though. That'd be crazy, and because he's already talked to Jean and he's already dealt with Sarah. Oh shit, dude, you might be cooking.
And he was trying to fucking recreate.
He's obsessed with the Gray and Summers bloodlines. So, oh shit.
Did I just break open the biggest fucking mystery of the 21st century? Who's gonna play Mr. Sinister in the MCU? Yeah, that's the biggest mystery. Wow.
Oh, shaking it. By the way, I want to wrap it up by talking about the box office because you and I experienced firsthand.
Before we talk about the box office, I do want to do one more.
We missed?
I do want to touch on Jean DeWolf. Is the captain, just closest thing that Spider-Man has ever had to a Jim Gordon, and I'm really glad that they brought her in. Now, in the comics, she ends up getting murdered by a supervillain called the Sin Eater, and the Sin Eater is this guy who's just blowing away people with a shotgun, random people. So that's for a while in the Spectacular Spider-Man in the 80s, that was like the big storyline was who is the Sin Eater and are they going to catch him before he kills more? And she ends up, I think, finding out who it is, and then she gets killed by him. But Jean DeWolf is one of the better auxiliary characters in the Spider-Man universe that has not really ever been seen in live action. I don't know if she's been in cartoons, but I'm really glad that they brought her on. I like that they have like a good, kind of relationship. And I'm okay. I'll say this too. We've largely ignored the photographer, Daily Bugle, freelance, all that stuff. And you know why? And you know what? I'm cool with that because newspapers are not the same as they used to be.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that on the ride back home. Like, hey, that is a kind of a big part of his canon that he's, freelance photographer. But actually, no, in the books, once he graduates college, he goes off to do different stuff. He doesn't keep taking shots of himself. At one point, he releases a book and he has to do a cross-country tour because it's all the shots that he took of Spider-Man this year.
So anyway,
sorry, is that too much?
Almost at an hour.
How long did you want to be?
I don't know.
A long time. Back to the front of the
back again.
What was that?
Perfectly calm, dude.
Yeah, waving the fucking gun around?
Calmer than you
Spider-Man and Punisher right there.
Yeah, I
know what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm done talking about
No,
it.
with your Metzger idea. In my head, I was thinking,
Whoa. There's still plenty of meat on that bone. You
Marvel?
take this home, throw it in a pot, add some broth, a potato. Baby, you got a stew going.
Oh,
R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. So yeah, I think it's pretty much it. I do you have anything? I've touched on everything I wanted to touch on.
Yeah, I think we're not gonna see Spidey again until Secret Wars.
Probably.
Black suit?
Do you want to
Black suit?
Yeah. Do you want to touch on the end credits?
Yeah, I mean it's just the Spidey tracker that's mentioned in this movie indicates he's
which I love. At one
space.
point, they were like, "How did you know where we were?" And he's like, "I got my
eyes
ways,"
everywhere.
and he's got the fucking Spidey tracker out.
Also, again, forced evolution. Frank's method didn't work because he almost killed Peter. So now he's got to start thinking about his evolution. And I got to say, the fact that they got John Barenthal to come in and do the when he's pretending to be Spider-Man at the end of this movie with the mask and the gloves, Perfection. The fact that they 80R'd that. And hey, again, everybody involved, you deserve what's the
Kudos.
praise and all this, because
Major,
this is
yeah.
and I will say this though. The Tom Holland thing before the movie.
Oh yeah. Let's get to that.
Before every screening
Mhm.
of Spider-Man. I don't know, maybe it is.
Maybe just the first weekend. We don't know. I'm not going
But
to see it
Tom
yet.
Holland is on the screen thanking the audience for seeing this movie in the theater. And I'm like, this is the one movie where I'm like, shut the fuck up. You got my money.
You
It's
already
a
got
Spider-Man movie.
And do you know how many kids you traumatized by letting them know that you're actually fucking British
You
right
bastard.
before the Spider-Man movie? So when I
Who's
lived
the
in
real
Ohio, we would watch on DVR or on demand.
You know what Tom Holland's thinking?
What the fuck did I do wrong?
We used to watch The Walking Dead, and we would watch it on DVR
Yeah.
or on demand if we missed, because we tried to save it on the DVR, whatever. We would be watching on demand if we forgot to record it, and it would have commercial breaks
You just
because
skip through it,
whatever.
yeah.
We'd be watching The Walking Dead, and it would be a commercial break
For the
for
Talking
The
Dead?
Walking Dead. No, same show we're watching.
Wow.
You don't need to advertise that show
I'm in the
because
theater.
I'm watching that show.
Stop thanking me. You have my money.
You could literally maybe give me an ad for The Sopranos.
Well, you know what it is. I-
or Game
I-
of Thrones.
Well, but here's the thing. This is why I say shut up. You already have my money. You're Spider-Man.
yeah.
Here's why. Just domestically, this movie made $355 million. Globally, it has made $927 million. This movie's gonna make a bill by next weekend. You know why? Because it's not just going to get guys like us and all the people that want to see it because FOMO, but then you're going to get people that maybe didn't see it this past weekend, have their friends be like, no, you got to go see it.
Oh yeah.
Or people might see it throughout the week because it's such a big movie. I'm
this
already
is-
talking about seeing it again trying to see it again with my wife because I want to see it again because this movie fucking
This
ruled.
is the type of movie that
Solid
movie
A.
theaters love because
Yeah.
they can keep it in the theater for a long time.
And they understand that
It'll
this
just keep-
movie is holding it up.
Mhm.
Because I got to be honest with you, I love popcorn and having a big soda,
I didn't,
but
need
it
a
ain't
large.
worth the price I'm paying. And if I'm paying that kind of price, imagine what people that live in New York or LA or these bigger
can't
cities have to
imagine.
pay.
You know what? Hang on a second before we go, because
So,
I'm curious.
While I enjoy this movie, and this is another great example, just like The Odyssey, having a lot of success, when you make good shit, people want to see it, right? That's not gonna always be the case, but because a lot of these movies that come out nowadays, you and I were talking about it. That looks great. I'll wait for streaming. That looks really good. I'll wait for stream. You know what I mean? There's not a ton of movies that are making. This movie is the exception, not the rule. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Can I real quick?
Yeah.
In New York City, standard movie tickets average $20 to $25, which if we had gone to not a matinee, I believe it would have been 16. It was 11 for the matinee. So a lot more than we pay, but not like, I mean, maybe $10 more. But
if I would take in my son, that would be like 100. Or how much is it? 25? Yeah, it'd be
20 to
75 bucks
I know,
pre-tax.
I know, but I don't know if it, does for.
But that's my
matinee.
point.
But the concession prices are pretty much the same. It's $7 for candy here, and it's $7 for candy in New York City,
It's just
according to
because-
Google. And yeah, the guy who rails against AI just accidentally used it.
because you don't have a choice. When you search, it immediately pulls up
I know.
AI shit.
Fuckers.
I think there's a way to turn it off. I don't know.
I'm too busy.
My point is that yes, I was going to see this in a theater, and there are some movies I still want to see in a theater. But I
Mhm.
got to be quite honest, I'm not gonna miss them as much just because of the pricing. You are just like everything else in this world.
Mhm.
I want you to understand this, and it's like, don't get political. It's just Spider-Man. Shut up. My point is this: these cool ass movies, are going to become a bigger luxury because we're going to continue to get priced out of things, and
Mhm.
only the fun things are going to be rich people can do. So we need to wake up, because I'm here for the people in New York. I'm here for the people in LA that spend $25, $10 more than
Mhm.
I would spend for
Yeah.
the same screen.
Yeah, same shit.
Wake up.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
Yeah.
And that's a good cue to say
Well, by
that,
the way-
oh, we're done.
Hey,
Pain and suffering
well,
when we're done.
in case you didn't know,
'Cause we're so
I
far.
say A plus. You said A.
I said A, and
I'll forgive the hand stuff.
I do too, but it's why am I not giving it an A plus?
Why are you? Because I mean, that's really your only gripe, right? That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but
You can't be like me. You got to be different.
no, I don't know. I just don't want to say like my God.
I don't really think there's anything else we wanted to talk about, right?
A. I'm just gonna keep it at an A.
A.
It's fine.
A plus.
There aren't that many perfect movies. This was not a perfect movie, but it was damn close. Damn close.
Also,
Mhm.
I want to see the Punisher and more stuff.
Yeah.
Just showing up. Hey, what's your name this time? Hey, you're red. He's talking to Daredevil. And then he looks at Spider-Man. You're red with white eyes. No, Spider. That's better. You could be horny.
No, he's Kid.
Your kid, you're red. My family's dead.
That's the place to end the stream right there.